How's it going, everyone? My name is Bertimus, and welcome back to the forest. A very special day in the forest. We are finally going to be building the sanctuary around the dead tree. Now, I have taken ideas I have gotten from all of you, a little bit of my own, and some name suggestions, so let's see what we got. This doorway is going to lead all the way down through here, down to the beach, and over to the tree. Now, this dead tree, I have been asking for a number of different episodes now, both recently and in the past, on what I should do for this tree. Now, I've gotten a lot of suggestions. I've gotten suggestions like build a church around it, make it into a tiki hut. I've gotten suggestions for leaving a giant garden here and having this be the center of it to sort of be a symbol of regrowth within the forest. Now, all of these are really good ideas, but I thought to myself, how could I take a couple of these, mix them together, put my twist on them, and make it so it's a unifying piece to the base, but something that I've had contributions from all of you for. Let me lay down some blueprints, and we can talk about exactly how that's all going to work. So we have the obligatory road that will take us all the way down, winding through some of the trees here, through a couple of the bushes and a little bit of the stumps, kind of curves around over here until we get to the tree. Now I'm going to turn on my lighter just so we can see a little better, but you can see where I have all the blueprints laid out. We have the path that comes to the tree, a walkway that goes all the way around the tree, and then this will be sort of an entrance tunnel in order to get into this protected little enclosure around the tree here. In the back, we have the gardens. Now, I decided not to make this specifically one big garden because I wanted to have this walkway that kind of went around and allowed you to embrace the tree and see the tree in its fullness. What I did instead was I put these gardens in sort of a half circle or semicircle around the back of the tree in order to just kind of allow this to represent new growth here within this little sanctuary, and then sort of the defensive wall that's going to kick up and go around out behind it. I feel like this is a pretty good start. So what I'm going to do is start getting more rocks. I've already got as many as I can hold, but probably pull a few sleds over, get a couple rocks going, get some logs going for all of these here, and see what we can come up with. The time for a collection of 1 billion rocks has begun. It's not a Bertimus build unless it involves 1 billion rocks. Pathways are officially complete. Initial rock walls are officially complete. I have not done anything with the gardens just yet because I wanted to start laying out the rest of this and kind of get a feel for how things were going to happen. So one thing I'm going to do is take a concept I've used a couple times now throughout my other builds, and just along the back half of this, sort of put up these pillars and then put stone arches that go all the way around in between them. But instead of putting the hanging skull lamps in each one of the arches, you know, Zuma arcade style, what I decided to do was put a skull lamp in the middle of each one of these garden spaces to represent those that have come before this. Those that bear witness to what is now left us. Sort of like how, if you guys remember when I did the sacrificial room and we have the skull lamps of all the cannibal ancestors all the way around the pit to witness their sacrifices to the forest gods. This is similar to that, only they're bearing witness to what was once a great source of power within this forest here. Now, another thing that we're going to be doing, and this is something I've used in a number of builds over time, but just sort of to reiterate for anyone that, hold on, thought I heard something. Just sort of to reiterate for anyone that hasn't seen any of that before, is that I'm going to build this up to be a stone archway. And it's going to be a nice little tunnel, but in order to get that right, what you need to do is build out 2 to 3 layers away from whatever it is you want to build. As far as, you know, like where you want the arches to be overhead of, because you need to start at a point outside of what is going to be on top of here and then drag it across to the other side, especially if you want to get an arch with something this narrow. With how close these are currently, just being on either side of the path, a rock wall across the top is just going to lay flat. So in order to give it that distance and cause it to break and split into an arch, what we need to do is build it up from points that are lower and farther out. What I think I may do is build this up. I have it 2 wide. I may go 3 wide. And then build all of the walls up 2 tall. And then the final one to be 3 tall. So that when I arc everything over, it'll be pretty uniform. I'll show exactly what I mean when I get to that point. But first, we got to fill all this in. Get a couple of friends to come over and help with all of this. And start getting logs to fill out a few more things. Alright, so a few updates. I have finished most of what you saw before, but now I have gone through and added all the way down the path in the road the skulls that are going to light up everything. So we're going to need friends to stop by. We've had a few come by, so we've gotten a couple of these built already. In here, in fact, I think almost all of these are done, but I got the pillars done, I got the arches placed around, and I got the planters done. I have also gotten 3 rows, 2 walls high, and added the 3rd layer around, and went ahead and placed all of the rocks before I started filling them in. I wanted to kind of show you how the tunnel is supposed to work. So from the 3rd point out here, stretched all the way across to the 3rd point out here, that is what I needed to kind of get this wide archway. You can see that it pretty much closes up this 3rd layer up here, but it was a safe bet to make sure that I didn't have any gaps showing once these actually got built up. And so that was more of a reassurance thing on my part. But it also kind of allowed the placement of the rocks to realize that there's something impeding their path and they need to kind of break to get around it. And so that helped to get the archways going. But we have all the archways placed. Gonna take over 600 rocks to get those and these archways done. So it's gonna be a bit, but at least we have them all placed out. It's starting to come together. All we need now really are a bunch of rocks, a bunch of neighbors to come over, maybe 1 or 2 other touches. This feels kind of empty, so I may do something with these 2 spaces here and on the other side, because it feels a little empty to leave it 1 high. I'm going to leave it 1 high back here because I like the way that this looks, but between here and here, feels a little open. I don't know why you guys like the main base so much. Is it because it's just more impressive than anything else I've built? Or what? I don't understand. But I need your skulls, so I need you all to come with me. Like, all of you. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. He's not getting away. No, no, no. Get back here, friend. Oh, I see you trying to run away. Over to your little hidden base behind my base. Your secret hangout. No, 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 no. Come here. You are coming with me, my friend. I guess I need to go get one of my shopping carts. Perfect. We have the shopping. Wait a minute. Oh! More! That's right. Alright, who's next? Oh, you are. But how is that not in your face? Damn. Now I need a second cart. Ah, enjoying the walking path, I see. Not anymore. Come with me down to the beach. Your skull is needed. It is all done. Everything is finished. Starting from the road, all the way at the tree temple, we can take it all the way down as the sun rises on a new day. Down to, oh, what's that? That's right. It is the tunnel. The tunnel is all complete now. And as we walk up to the tree, I added in one of the crosses. That's right. Church concept incorporated, especially because I was able to get it up on top of the tree. I'm pretty happy about that. It took a while to place it. But I was just glad that I could get it up there. I also added for a little hint of the tiki thing, because the tiki thing, I love the idea, but I'm going to bring it back because I have an idea for that in a later episode down the road. So don't worry, that is coming back. But in honor of that concept and idea, we added in more skulls hanging off of the cross. Pretty much a grave site for this tree at this point. And then these pillars almost treat this like windows out to the sea. So as you're coming here, you get to pay your respects, come and see the new life, and then see how that is reflected in the waves of the ocean. It all comes full circle, y'all. It all comes full circle. So let's see. If I rotate here, let's place a bunch of flowers. Honestly, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I feel like this is a nice little addition to kind of have down here on the beach. Now, for the name. There were a lot of great names suggested, some that I really appreciated. For example, Jack Shepherd. I thought that was a great homage to pay to this, simply because of the theme of Lost and getting stranded from a plane crash onto an island. Harambe. I thought that was a clever one. Plus, big ups for Harambe. You know, never forget. Birdie was another one, which the narcissist in me truly loved. But the one that I really, really liked was a comment saying, let's do it as a tribute to the Lost Boys. Now, maybe not the Lost Boys specifically, but in the spirit of that, we were going to do this as the Tree of the Lost Ones. For all of those that have come here before us and been lost in one way or another. For all of these skulls to bear witness to the power of the tree, the embodiment of the lost ones here in the forest. Honestly, I think this turned out really, really well. I'm very happy with this. With the tunnel and the road leading out to here, the cross, all of the little garden spaces back here. Thank you all for joining me in this little journey on helping me build this piece of the base here. I love it. And the idea for it just, it really speaks to me. More importantly about this build is that it feels pretty unique. And that is one thing that I don't know if I necessarily get from forest content all the time, are unique builds. Because there's only so many ways you can build in this game. So there's only going to be ever so many ways that you can kind of put things together. And so what I personally kind of want to do and try to strive to do is to make things a little unique, either in placement or just in the juxtaposition and how different builds are placed together. It's something that I strive for. I know I don't always hit the mark. Sometimes what I make is kind of plain Jane, but still, that is the ultimate goal for me as a creator in this game, is to try and go for unique builds. And I think this one specifically is a very unique build, and more so just because all of you helped me make it. And I really, really enjoy it. So thank you all, honestly, for helping me build this. I have to admit, everyone is turning out to see this finished build for all of this. I mean, we've got fireworks going, the turtle army has showed up, and there's so many of you that came. Guys, it really means a lot to me that all of you showed up for this special occasion.
Bertimus!
Sacrifices must be made!
It's very good.
Alright, line them up.
Stab him and stuff.
There we go. Another sacrifice for the forest gods. What about you? Oh, the lost ones are getting their fill today. Nah. This place has been cleansed in the name of the forest god.
Do more of that.
Blessed be those who have given their lives in sacrifice Here I was just trying to get a thumbnail shot for the video, and what a turnout. Now that is a proper... Oh, hold on, you're out of place. Hold on, dear. Let me fix you. Hold on. There you are. Now that's a proper sacrifice to the forest gods.
That's fantastic.
Alright everyone, unfortunately that is all the time I have for today's episode, so if you appreciated it, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Again, thank each and every one of you for all of your comments and suggestions on this. I hope you appreciate the build to the Lost Ones that we were able to make in this episode, thanks to all of your contributions. As always, don't forget to hit me up on Discord, link down in the description below. Join us over there, talk about new things going on, and until the next episode, I'll see you all later. Bye.